RAM price increases are looking like they're going to be a big issue going forward, at least for the PC gaming side of things, as it's going to be getting worse with the whole AI stuff that is going on. The top selling games of the Xbox 360, what are the top 20 selling games? We'll take a look at the list. Not too different than what sells on top today, but it's an interesting list to go over. Xbox Crocs, they've been announced. They're going to be released relatively soon. Call of Duty is actually back on top of the charts in terms of the amount of people playing it, which is a funny thing here, especially from what we did talk about yesterday. Does that include only Black Ops 7? No, but we'll go over that list overall. There's a huge bunch of maps that are being dropped into Black Ops 7, which is awesome to see. The content is coming all the time. And Assassin's Creed Shadows gets a pretty cool update here. Free mission with a collaboration that I don't think a lot of people saw coming, but it's cool how they're adding this type of stuff into the game. We'll get into all this. If you do enjoy daily gaming news and content, if you subscribe, share, like, all of that. I have to ask on a daily basis because I see a lot of you who do watch on a daily basis are not subscribed. So if you do enjoy the content, please consider hitting the button. Let's get into the news. So we talked about this yesterday, and that was the potential that the Xbox Series consoles could be going up in price again. And this is because of the increase in price for RAM. And Xbox apparently didn't plan ahead, which is not something I fully believe that they didn't plan ahead. I think it also has to do with the way that they manufacture the Xbox console. And if you take a look as to what they have been doing with selling the Series X and S, they are really putting it by the wayside as they're looking forward to the next generation. They've already raised the price of it. You can tell that they're trying to get that PC console hybrid as the main ecosystem thing for Xbox going forward. Series X and S does not really fit into that plan for the future generations of Xbox. You'll still be able to access it and play it and everything, but it's not going to have that PC side, which is going to be huge for Play Anywhere and all of the ecosystem features that Xbox does have. And I think when they're manufacturing their consoles now, it is more on an order basis. They didn't stock up a bunch of RAM expecting that they're going to be manufacturing a bunch of Xboxes and be able to sell them all, which is different from the PlayStation 5, which we've heard that they purchased RAM way in advance, 4 months, but they'll be hit by these increases in the RAM costs as well once they burn through that. And you'll have to ask, is the PS5 going to go up in price too? I wouldn't be completely shocked if it did. And it's getting worse here overall as they're continuing to go up. You have the Epic CEO, Tim Sweeney, saying that RAM price increases will be a real problem as OpenAI blow up RAM prices, threatening affordability from everything from Xbox to TVs and laptops. So it's not just going to be affecting Xbox, of course. It's affecting everything. The AI bubble, if it's going to burst, it's going to have a huge effect on a lot of things, the economy and stuff, if this doesn't go to plan. But as of right now, it is affecting just the basic consumer who wants to be able to purchase PC parts, who wants to be able to purchase a TV. Things are going up in price because of this. So the AMD is also as well increasing their prices for their RAM, or they're looking to have to increase the prices of their products because of this. So it says here, this is Tim Sweeney himself, RAM prices increases will be a real problem for high-end gaming for several years. Factories are diverting leading-edge DRAM capacity to meet AI needs, where data centers are bidding far higher than consumer device markets. And you take a look at this, it's kind of wild. If you're looking to upgrade your PC for RAM right now, is not the best time to do it. If you're somebody who currently has like 64 gigabytes or 120 gigabytes in your PC, you're lucky. And you're good for the long haul. But you can see here, this is from October. For the same RAM, this costs $240. And we fast forward here a month, and it is way more expensive. I don't know why I just did the scene switch there because I was trying to move to the next picture. But we'll jump right over here. It is at now $498 in a month, just for the exact same RAM. Absolutely crazy. Black 64 gigabyte RAM. Just insanity that this is the case. You can see it's the exact same one here, the 2x32, 6000 megahertz from Crucial, the Pro DDR5 RAM. Like, it is the same one. It is just nuts that this is the case that we are going through right now. And this is going to affect everything in gaming, in PC, in any technology that you want to buy that does utilize RAM. Things are going to go up in price, and it is going to be because of the AI stuff that is happening right now as we do speak, as these companies are just obviously going to be able to afford it far more than a consumer will ever be able to afford it. In fact, AMD, they are also preparing for the price of their GPUs to be going up because of the memory shortage. So it says here that AMD has reportedly notified its supply chain that it will increase pricing across its entire GPU product line by 10%. And the main driver behind this is the massive memory shortage driving DRAM prices to skyrocket and eating up all the margins for GPU makers. And apparently they are letting their partners know to implement a 10% price increase. So everything is going up. GPUs are going to be up. Could consoles keep going up? Could the prices of pre-builts be going up if you're looking to get a laptop? Like, there's so many things that are going to be affected by this. It's just unfortunate right now on the consumer side of things as things become more and more expensive. And I mean, this has all been highlighted as well with the going forward into the next generation. Like, we are going to see, I think, a price floor of $700 or $750 for the release of the next consoles based off of the price of the PS5 Pro. So they're setting everything up to be more expensive. Gaming, in terms of buying dedicated hardware for it, is becoming less and less of a broad range for the customers, where consoles were generally the thing that customers got who didn't want to spend all that money on a PC. It was the thing that would meet the masses to get them into gaming. And you also got great experiences on them because games would be greatly optimized for them. Going forward to next gen, I don't even know if that's going to be the case. Again, it's going to be more of a luxury product. Luckily, there are options out there to still get things cheap and still play games cheaply. So that is the big difference. Previously, in older generations, that was all you had. You didn't have very much choice. Now you have tons of choice with things like cloud gaming, just keeping your old hardware, playing your back catalog of games that continues to grow. Games are always on sale. So it isn't the end of the world when it comes to just enjoying video games, but newer stuff is becoming more and more of a luxury thing for the gaming community. And we'll see this now even with the GPU prices, I'm sure, going up across the board with these RAM shortages. AI is having a huge effect. So hopefully we get through this. AI does whatever it has to do, or the bubble is going to burst and the prices will eventually come back. Who knows? I mean, it's a wild time right now in tech with AI taking over everything. Now, besides that, besides the negative news about price increases, there is some other stuff here to go over. There's a lot of Xbox stuff to go over. There's also some Call of Duty stuff to go over. I'll start with this one here because this is kind of a funny thing that did get announced yesterday, and it's available now to pre-order, I believe. They're coming out on November 25th, which would be today. Xbox Crocs. Xbox is putting their everything literally is an Xbox. Now even Crocs are an Xbox. The Xbox Classic Clog, you can see here, these are up on the Crocs website right now. If you do want to go and try to pick one of these up, literally has the Xbox controller buttons on the Crocs themselves with Xbox on the interior for the sole and everything. So there you have it, the Xbox logo on the side. But these are up there on their website now. They say estimated to be available on November 25th, which would be today. This is me looking at this yesterday, and they only had the notify me, so you couldn't actually go ahead and purchase them. But if you're into Crocs, they have the men's and the women's ones. They're $80. So they are pretty expensive. I mean, I'm not a big into the Croc game. I know a lot of people are. I don't know if that's a normal price, but it's coming up here as $80. I don't know if I would want to spend personally the money on that, but I think these will be actually pretty popular because I know Crocs overall are extremely popular in the gaming community, in the world. And now Xbox is turning their own Crocs into an Xbox, and they're going to be selling those ones. So funny stuff there. Now, we just celebrated the anniversary of the Xbox 360, which by all accounts for a lot of people is their favorite Xbox generation. I know for me, I love my Xbox 360. It is one of my favorite generations ever, probably up there as my favorite console, or maybe my second favorite console of all time. And the reason I say that is because I would actually consider the Xbox Series X my favorite overall Xbox console for everything that it does offers: backwards compatibility, things like quick resume, the amount of games that are on the console right now. I would say the Series X is a better console than the Xbox 360. I love the 360. It brings up a lot of nostalgia. Series X does do a lot better though, but the 360 you could argue as well is the golden age for the Xbox console when it was the most popular. And people thought that going forward after the Xbox 360, they were going to dominate the console market. Obviously, that wasn't the case with what happened with the debacle of the Xbox One launch and announcement. PS4 definitely took over. And we're here now, and the Xbox console is in just a completely different space as we're moving forward to the next generation with the PC console hybrid. I don't look at that as a negative thing. I'm actually very excited as to where they're going with their console, but a lot of people are upset about it. But here are the top selling games. What were people playing on the Xbox 360? What were they playing? What were the top selling games overall? It's not really that much different than where we are today as top selling games. It's Call of Duty that dominates the charts. Here are the top selling games ever on the Xbox 360. Black Ops 2, which probably my favorite Call of Duty of all time. That one, or MW2, I put those two. They always go back and forth, but phenomenal. I love Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 was number 2. Modern Warfare 3 was number 3. Halo 3 was number 4. Modern Warfare 2 was number 5. Then you have Grand Theft Auto 5, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare, Halo Reach, Call of Duty Ghosts, Halo 4, Rock Band, Skyrim, Call of Duty World at War, Grand Theft Auto 4, Minecraft, Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. Guitar Hero was so massive during that generation. Battlefield 3, Red Dead Redemption, Gears of War, and then Gears of War 3 to end off the list of the top 20 games sold on the Xbox 360. It's just Call of Duty and Halo that dominate the top 10 of this entire list, with Grand Theft Auto thrown in there at number 6, but all the rest are literally Call of Duty and Halo, and then more Call of Duty in the bottom 10, with Gears of War rounding it up at 19 and 20. But it was just, all of these games are great. I think I've basically played every single one of the games on this list, and this top selling list. The 360 was phenomenal for that. And it really does highlight how big multiplayer was on the Xbox 360 and how the golden age of Call of Duty, it started there. It started on the 360, and it started with those Black Ops and Modern Warfare games, where that made the franchise as big and as popular as it is today, where every year they come out and they're the top selling game, basically. Now, there is a question as to whether they'll be the top selling game this year. We did talk about some of the down numbers for it comparatively to Call of Duty Black Ops 6, but we do have some more information here. And this is what I mean. Even if the numbers for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 are lower than Black Ops 6, the Black Ops 6 was the best-selling set records for the franchise. So Black Ops 7 being lower is not a shocker, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it won't be a top-selling game or that it won't have some of the most players playing it throughout this year and throughout next year. And we have some more information on that. This is from yesterday, and this is for the week ending November 15th, 2025, which I believe was the first week of Call of Duty Black Ops 7 when it did launch. Call of Duty is back on top here in terms of the overall ranked players for weekly active users. It says here, Call of Duty, which includes Black Ops 7, Warzone, and Black Ops 6, was the number 1 most played game in the US on Xbox and number 2 on PlayStation for the week ending November 15th. Battlefield 6, which now does include the game plus Red Stick, so it has the whole franchise there, fell to number 5 on PlayStation and number 4 on Xbox. So Call of Duty Black Ops 7 launched. That's obviously what pushed it to the top of the list. It isn't just people playing Warzone, or it isn't just people playing Black Ops 6. It's going to be the release of Black Ops 7. And you can see here on PlayStation, it's number 2 behind Fortnite, which is always generally at the top, and above Grand Theft Auto 5 Remastered. And then you go down, Battlefield 6 is at number 5. And then on Xbox, it is number 1, followed by Fortnite, Roblox, Battlefield 6, and then Grand Theft Auto 5. I know for myself, I haven't playing Black Ops 7, just been hitting the multiplayer so far. But I've also, because of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, been playing a ton of Fortnite. I've never considered myself a Fortnite player. The crew pass that you get with Game Pass Ultimate made me download it, jump into it, and play it. And I'm pretty hooked. I didn't realize how fun Fortnite was. I always let my ego get in the way and say, oh, that's just a kid's game. I'm not jumping into that. And then I finally have, and I've been playing it pretty much nonstop for the last week or so. It is a lot of fun once you do start to get the hang of it and everything. So yeah, Fortnite and Call of Duty this last couple weeks have been dominating my playtime. It's generally not multiplayer games. I play a lot of single player stuff, but recently it's been jumping into the multiplayer stuff because of the cool stuff that has been launching, and mainly because they are in Xbox Game Pass, and I've been wanting to check them out. Now, what else about Black Ops 7 is that I think, from what I've played so far, this is one of the best multiplayer experiences that Call of Duty has put out in a very long time. with all of the changes that they've made, they've answered the call for what Call of Duty fans have been wanting them to do. And it's ironic with them making all those changes that the sales are down, because now you have to ask yourself, are they going to reverse some of the stuff that they've done that people have wanted, like skill-based matchmaking, getting rid of that? Are they going to reverse that for next year? And you can't really be that up in arms when you're looking at the sales numbers if they do go ahead and do that, because you could take a wild guess here and think that next year, if it is Modern Warfare 4 and they're getting away from PS4 and Xbox One next year, those are the rumors, it's going to be an insanely good selling game, really, no matter what they do. So it's unfortunate, because I think this year's multiplayer is phenomenal. Tons of content, gameplay feels good, maps are great, and they've already announced here the first season where we're going to get a bunch of other maps added to this, which I think is awesome. But here is everything for Season 1. They give you the breakdown between Black Ops 7 as well as Warzone, but specifically here for Black Ops 7, you're getting additional maps, which is pretty cool. And you can zoom in here, you can see the ones that you are getting. You have Utopia, you have Fate. These are both new maps. Odysseus, which is new. Standoff, which is a remaster. Slayjacked, which is an in-season remake. Yakai, mid-season. Meltdown, mid-season remaster, and Fringe, which is a mid-season, which is also returning. So these are all of the newest maps you're coming over to Black Ops 7 multiplayer for Season 1. So that's a ton of maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more maps coming over to just give you more variety in the game itself. I think the new ones that they're launching, Utopia and Fate, look pretty cool. Like, I'm pretty excited to see how those play and just go through some matches when they do end up dropping. So exciting stuff there. They're bringing a ton of content here. Season 1 for Black Ops 7 does drop relatively soon. It is coming here on December 4th is when you're going to be able to get all of those maps with multiplayer and everything. And they say it will be a combination of 8 total maps, variants, and remasters starting at launch. So there you have it. They're still bringing out the content fast and furious. This game has a ton of content, and like I said, I think the multiplayer side of things is one of the best one that we've gotten in a very, very long time. It's unfortunate that the numbers are down, because who knows what that means for next year. Are they going to make specific changes and go back to the way they used to do things that people complained about? But if the sells that way, then they're going to do whatever sells and makes them the most amount of money. All right, a couple of more things here. Assassin's Creed. They just randomly announced here a new crossover. It's a free DLC, a free mission for anybody who wants to go in and try it out. And it's very intriguing. I'm definitely going to go play it. I usually play most of the DLC that comes with these Assassin's Creed games, but they have announced a crossover here with Attack on Titan. And this will be available limited time until December 22nd, 2025. So you're going to have to go in and play it between now and then. But they say the Assassin's Creed Shadows Attack on Titan crossover goes live on November 25th and will run until December 22nd. And during the time, players can take part in a limited time quest where they face a mysterious, power-hungry faction that has infiltrated feudal Japan and kidnapped a Titan shifter. And there's a lone survivor with a dark secret who fails to rescue the shifter and then recruits Naue and Yasuke to help them out. And to unlock this, you'll have to first unlock Yasuke as a playable character and then head to the Yamashiro region north of Henazo Tower. And then you'll be able to find the quest where you'll unlock new banners, a statue for their hideout, and will acquire Crystal Katana for Naue once completed. I'm definitely going to jump in. This is the one thing that Assassin's Creed does do that always brings me back, is they do stuff like this. And the unfortunate thing is my catalog of games is so big right now. My back catalog is massive, but I go back to these older games to play some of the DLC that does end up dropping. So I'll absolutely want to finish this quest before December 22nd to get that stuff for the game itself, to get the unlockables. I'll probably end up doing that soon, probably prioritize it over some of the other single player stuff that I am playing. But it's cool that they are dropping that in. They're probably to get people excited to get back into the game, as well as they are preparing for the release of this game on the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm going to probably check it out there too, because I've played Star Wars Outlaws on the Switch 2 on top of playing it on Xbox. And yes, the Xbox version is significantly better, but it does run very well on the Switch 2 in a handheld mode nonetheless. So I want to see how Assassin's Creed Shadows does end up doing. But I'll end the video there. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.